It's time for this week's episode of Brandon Sports Talk, featuring in-depth interviews from those who are trending in the world of athletics. And now, here's the host of Brandon Sports Talk, Brandon Pate.
Welcome back to Brandon Sports Talk. In today's episode, I have the privilege to interview the former Metropolitan Riveters goalie, DeMartino. How are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Can you talk about how you knew that you wanted to play professional hockey?
Well, I knew I deserved to play at the highest level possible. I put a lot of hard work and energy into the sport. Hockey is considered my life, and it'll be like that for the most part until I die. But I didn't take the path that, women most travel on, like heading to prep school, going to Division I college or Division III college, or, just then getting signed right then and there. What I did was significantly different. I tried to take that path, but it just didn't work out in my favor. So what the path that I took, it helped me get significantly better and better. After college, I did put myself in the free agency thing for the NWHL. And sure enough, that summer I got a message from the GM of the Metropolitan Riveters. And in the end, it was just, I felt like gold right then and there.
Of course, what was it like going to college at Manhattan College?
Well, to be honest, it wasn't the best experience of my life. There was definitely some hiccups along the way. I knew I wanted to play NCAA hockey. This was kind of like a last minute resort. I'm just like, oh, there's like, again, with everything that I was going through, like through high school, I was playing mostly, I was playing girls travel, but it just, there was a hiccup there, and I ended up playing with guys in my high school, and we won the state championships, and my name got out there, and the coach to Manhattanville knew about me. So it was a last minute decision. He needed a goalie and he wanted a starter. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get the starting position, and I think it will be a good thing for me. And by the time I got there, it was just, again, it was so last minute. I didn't go to orientation because I missed it because, again, last minute. It was just, overall, it just caused some overwhelming problems. The schools, the professors and team and the coaching staff, it's not what I expected. It was like the team, when we went through like off ice to on ice, it was very strict, kind of felt like I was in the military. The workouts were extreme, and if you weren't there on time, there were like intense consequences. Also, the professors would not communicate well with the coaching staff when it came down to my mental health, because of everything else going on in the school. Nobody really took initiative to see if I was okay. My teammates were not really fond of me because I was a shy kid, but now I'm more outgoing. So that's a plus. That's a plus to like being a doctor too. Like, you have to be more outgoing than I was back in the past. I was like really quiet. They took that out of context, and sure enough, there was like bad blood going on. And if I had the chance to do it again, I wouldn't, because overall, I felt like college as a whole wasn't that experience. It just felt like a life lesson at that point.
Of course, what was it like getting to play with Farmingdale?
Well, overall, when I transferred over to Farmingdale, I got my life together. I got my grades significantly higher than what it was, and I had a drive to become And I wanted to be in the health field because back in Manhattanville College, when I got that minor injury in the beginning of the season, it made me want to like pursue athletic training and athletic training to physical therapy and physical therapy to chiropractic. After that rough year at Manhattanville College, I'm just like, I need to get my stuff together. So I went to Farmingdale State and I loved playing for Farmingdale State. Like it was like probably the best experience college overall. And not only that, the guys were like brothers to me. My teammates, they made me feel welcomed with open arms. They were a great team to be a part of, and not only skill wise, but their sense of humor was amazing. The bus trips and overall the energy in the locker room was hilarious. I recently played the alumni game with them, and it reminded me how much I miss playing with this team. But yeah, that's it.
Of course, coming out of Farmingdale, what was it like getting into professional hockey, going to North Jersey, Phoenix?
Well, I was still in undergrad, so I was finishing up my degree. I knew what I wanted to do. My mindset was physical therapy at that point in time. So I had to finish up those prerequisites. But my time was up at Farmingdale, so I couldn't play for the team. So my buddy that I knew or know, who runs the team, asked me to play with them, and we won the championship for the UWHL. It's called the UWHL. And the following season, we came close to winning. They're a bunch of great people, and I enjoy hanging out with them, especially after games.
How was it like obviously getting drafted and signed to the Metropolitan Riveters?
I was ecstatic. I'm just like, I was thinking to myself, how could this happen? Like, I was kind of like, I stayed on Long Island, and I'm just like, I never really went out to these showcase. I mean, I did go out to these showcases, but like it's kind of I've been told that, like you're kind of late. I'm like, oh, great. So I was like, I thought that it couldn't happen, but then I had high hopes for it. Free agency thing. I had a gut feeling that something good would happen and come out of it. And in the end, it ended up in my favor. And the GM, messaged me right then and there during that summer.
Of course, what was that feeling like when you signed with the Metropolitan Riverters and got to put on that blue jersey?
Well, I thought it would be different considering the head coach and I planned a private tryout. He saw me and what I can do, and he liked what he saw. He was impressed overall, and I thought I left a good mark, expecting I would play more than I actually did. Over the course of the season, my confidence was just like going downhill, unfortunately. I was working hard every practice to get slim to none game time, and I didn't know what it was. I worked hard, and I thought I proved myself worthy to be there and get some game time, just because I worked hard every day. I thought it was because I was a rookie, and just at that point in time, it still didn't make sense. But yeah, it was confusing at that point in time, but I just got told that I was just rookie material. So you're going to get it more the following season, blah, blah, blah. But it just still didn't make sense to me.
Of course, how was it like obviously getting to play with Madison Packer and Rebecca Morse?
They're definitely sweethearts, and they're probably the most generous, kind-hearted people I know. When my dad passed away last year, I received messages from them and even donations to help pay for his hospital visit. And overall, they're just probably the most nicest people I've met in my life. And as corny as it sounds, I would definitely, I would do it again because of them.
Of course, what were some of the things that you learned from Madison Packer during her time?
Well, she literally she takes on the leader role, definitely. She has more of an impact on the team than I would say the head coach does, because she's been there longer. And she seemed like the mom of the team. And I did appreciate and respect her as a whole. She definitely left a good, I would say, she left a good, she's just a good person, and I really appreciate and respect her.
Of course, what was the transition like from going from the NWHL to the PWHPA?
Well, so the PWHPA, I would say the NWHL so I would say that due to my chiropractic schedule, the PWHA didn't happen. And going from Connecticut to New Hampshire was just not, it wasn't the best for my schedule. And besides, they weren't really looking for new players anyway. They had, like, when I went to tryouts, they had like 5+ goalies there. And I'm just like, and it was like an hour's worth of tryout or to show your stuff. And I barely got like any time in the net to really show what I can do. And it was at that point in time, just like, they're not looking for anybody. So I didn't really pursue it further. Besides, when I look at the roster, it's more USA hockey players rather than, any outsider like me.
Of course, what were some of your favorite memories and moments playing with the Metropolitan Riveters?
The few games that I did have, I received the first goalie in NWHL history to get an assist, which is cool because now I'm in the history book.
Of course, what was that feeling like when you became a part of the history book for the NWHL?
Well, I felt like it did leave a mark and I would get more exposure than I did. What was I say? Like the first half of the season, I did, like I said, I did get game time. And I proved myself worthy. I even got the assist. I played against Minnesota. When I guess our goal when the goalie on the team wasn't doing as well, so we swapped. So I got some game time. Of course, the team in front of me wasn't doing the best that they usually do, but I did kind of like leave a mark because the Riveters fans and the Minnesota fans did actually like what they I was just like, I was like myself. I was nervous, but I felt like I did really well, and they saw that in me. And but by the time the season was practically over, when our other goalie got hurt, at that point in time, my confidence was just like, wow, it's down there. Because like I said, when you push yourself to get the bare minimum, it can destroy your mental health. And that's exactly what happened. But when I got that assist, it was just like, it felt good. Like, yeah, it felt good. But I feel like I deserved more than they were giving me. And that was like the unfair case. If I can try it again, I would definitely do it. I like what they're doing with the PHF for NWHL. But yeah, I feel like I would definitely do it again just to get another chance, because I felt like I wasn't given my chance right then and there.
Of course, what was it like getting to play against teams such as Boston Pride and Buffalo Buttes?
Boston Pride, they had a solid team. They had a really solid team. They worked well together. They communicated well. More so than like any other team I've seen in the league during that season. But now looking at it, like every team is like getting more, they're communicating better, and they're doing a lot better than they did. But yeah, Boston Pride, I would say they're a solid team, and Buffalo Buttes, again, another solid team. But I would say Boston Pride definitely takes a cake because I think they've been working with each other for a little while.
Of course, what was it like, obviously, playing against players such as Taylor Kersey and Kaylee Fracken?
Um, they're good players. Um, they definitely know where to go on the ice where they have to be. Um, but yeah, I have nothing but good things to say about them. They're talented players.
What has it been like, obviously, transitioning from playing professional hockey to getting into the cryo and getting your doctorate degree?
Um, so chiropractic school is not easy. You need to put your life into this, and unfortunately, even if it has to put hockey on hold, even if you want a doctorate degree, like it's just constant. Like my credits were insane. Like it was I had last semester when I was in fourth semester, 26.5 credits, and that's just a lot. It's a lot of sciences to start out with because of the boards part one. But again, to answer your question, it's just a lot of time and efforts into your studies. You have to like all the practice that you've done on the ice, you have to put towards chiropractic, which means like you got to study more than you have to play.
Of course, what are some of the things that you took from your time on the ice, on the hockey ice, to obviously into your studies and into the cryo practice field?
Um, so your time and effort has to go into the workplace. I really like chiropractic and I love to help people. I had to give up hockey for a little bit to stay focused in this program. I'm getting involved more with open hockey now and beer league, since I have more time to play, because the semester is now over. I do have my first part of boards coming up, so I'm continuing to study as well. It can get overwhelming at times, but it's well worth it in the end.
Of course, what advice would you give college hockey players looking to play in college?
In college, keep working hard and just like keep I would say just contact as much the colleges that you want as possible. You're definitely going to get into one at least, but definitely keep your grades up. Grades are definitely important, especially for the women hockey community, because at the end of it all, you're going to be working. Even if it's not in the professional leagues, it's going to be somewhere else. So I would say keep your grades up. In hockey, it should be second, even though you, just like me, it's your life, but grades are definitely a big factor.
What advice would you give college hockey players looking to go play professionally, whether it's the PHF or the PWHPA?
I would say remain positive, keep working hard. If you're already signed, because I'm a firm believer of manifesting stuff, and that's exactly what happened to me. If you really want it, you got to work like you're already there, and you should manifest it. And again, like how in what way did my name get pulled from the free agency thing? And I was on the team for the 2019 to 2020 season, which was pretty cool.
Of course, what advice would you give future professional hockey players such as yourself that went through the free agency pool?
Just put your name out there. It'll happen, but you just, again, stay positive.
What advice would you give current hockey players that are playing now, looking to transition from playing hockey to the real world, whether it's going back to school or getting into the corporate world?
So like I said before, you have to put your hockey life on hold, and you have to focus on the workplace. I know it's a hard pill to swallow, but it's, again, if you want to work, you have to work for the rest of your life, period. But hockey is again, just like studies or your grades, hockey is a second. It's a second. It has to be second, unfortunately. But yeah, unfortunately, like women don't get paid enough for the professional league to have a, to get a home or get a home on Long Island, to be honest, because it's pretty pricey here. So you have to really rethink your current circumstances with your work.
That's great advice. Where can my listeners find you at on social media?
So my Instagram is super SUPER _ Demo DEMO. And 34 is my number. You can find me on Instagram. You can also find my Facebook, but I'm barely there. So I would say Instagram is my best option. It's your best option.
Thank you again, Diane Demo, for your interview, and best of luck in your future in the cryo practice field.
Oh, thank you so much.
You can find Brandon Sports Talk on Facebook at Brandon Sports Talk, Instagram at Brandon Sports Talk, Twitter at Talk_Brandon, and you can find me on YouTube at Brandon Sports Talk. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you again, Diane Demo, for your interview, and best of luck in your future.
Oh, thank you.
You've been watching Brandon Sports Talk. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe to Brandon Sports Talk on social media and on YouTube.